Have you ever read a book where the characters are characters you can relate to? Where the situation's one that really resonates with you and you really understand it? Chances are that's called realistic fiction or contemporary fiction. You might also see it listed as real life fiction, and those kind of books might be called social issues books, or in the teenage section of the bookshop or the library. So there's a few ways you can tell whether something is a contemporary fiction. It's usually set in the recent or current time. It also deals with often social issues like bullying and family saga, and usually ordinary situations. They're ordinary people. They're fictional. They're not necessarily real people, but they act in real ways and they act in predictable ways. There's no magic, no dragons, no sci-fi, those kind of things. So let's have a look at some books that have social issues in them. Wonder is one of those books. It's a great book. Everybody should read it. It's about Augustus. And the issues that this book deals with is bullying and perseverance and resilience and friendship. It's a really fabulous book. Augustus has a facial disfigurement, which means he hasn't gone to school until grade 4. He's been homeschooled. So he finds the transition to school hard enough without having to deal with people who can't quite cope with the way he looks. It's a fabulous book, and everyone should give this one a go. It's called a bit of a mirror book too. And I'll explain, a bit of a window book, and I'll explain what that means in a minute. It sounded better in my head. Now, you'll find that a lot of contemporary fiction will be a bit funny, and this is one of those things. It takes issues that are important, such as family breakdown and relationships and coming of age, and puts them in a funny context, usually with a bit of teenage cringe. So something we can all relate to and have a bit of a laugh at while working through some issues as well. Changing Gear is absolutely hilarious, and it's just read it. It's very, very funny. It's a bit of an advanced book. It's about a guy called Merrick who decides to lie to both his parents and go on a road trip with his bike and deal with some issues that he's working with. It's great. He's from a small town, so he's going through all those small town ideas. And he deals with relationships and with not fitting in, those kind of things, and working out who he is. The Surprising Power of a Good Dumpling. Now, this is a little bit different again. The issues it deals with is someone who's a young carer, has a parent with mental illness. It's really fabulously well written, and it's an Australian book as well. It also deals with the migrant experience. So again, something fairly ordinary, for want of a better word, but also extraordinary in the way that people are extraordinary and deal with extraordinary situations every day. This last one I'm going to show you is Between Us. Now, this is a little bit different. I would still put it as contemporary fiction, but it is quite clearly dealing with the issue of refugees and of mandatory detention of refugees. It also looks at, it has a teenage love story in it, but it also looks at different attitudes towards refugees and whether they should be locked up or whether they should be allowed into the community to contribute. So all of these books are interesting. Now, some of them will be mirrors. Some of them will mirror your experience, and you're able to talk to you, and you're able to think about some issues that you may be going through. Other books are window experiences, so you can look into the window and see someone else's experience and understand them or their situation better. Whatever they are, pick something that you enjoy, and I hope, and leave a comment telling me about what kind of contemporary books you enjoy.